Everybody is trying to figure out over and over and over and over and over again how Durk, aka Lil Durk, aka Dirk Banks, why they hit him with the fourth superseding indictment so close to trial that more than likely the judge is going to throw the shit out. Let me get y'all caught up with the fourth superseding indictment. Always interesting. Government's notice regarding fourth superseding indictment. So it says fourth superseding indictment. I don't want to hear anybody, oh, brother. Da, da, da. No, shut up. It says fourth superseding indictment. This shit crazy. Anyways, United States of America versus, obviously, Durk. And it goes on to say everybody's name. The filing is based upon the attached memorandum of points and authorities, the files and records in this case, and such further evidence and argument as the court may permit, dated July 31st, 2026. Now let's see what the hell it actually is. Y'all prepare to have your freaking socks blown the hell off, because this shit is beyond petty. And I'm going to explain to y'all the reason why it's beyond petty. So, on July 31st, 2026, the grand jury returned a fourth superseding indictment, which contains one substantive change from the third superseding indictment to address a potential duplicity issue in count 3 of the TSI, the third superseding indictment, all right? As the government was preparing its pretrial filings, including proposed jury instructions, it determined that count 3, as alleged in the TSI, the substantive 18 U.S.C. 2261A2A B count potentially presented a duplicity issue given that multiple victims were alleged in the same count. See United States versus Schrader, holding that the victim is the unit of prosecution for violation of 18 U.S.C. 2261A2, United States versus Conlon. Then it goes on to talk about United States versus Mattia. Then it also, no, it stops right there. Finding stalking charge duplicitous and ordering government to proceed as to only one victim. Accordingly, the FSI cures any such issue by separating the substantive stalking counts into the following. Count 3, stalking a TB using a dangerous weapon in violation of 18 U.S.C. 2261A2A, and 2261B3, and count 4. This is insane. Stalking of SR resulting in death in violation of 18 U.S.C. 2216A2AB and 2216B1. Fun day? Hit that cash for that 10 your way? Yeah. Hey, Free Cash said we gonna put 10. Once y'all get past 25, y'all get to go ahead and cha-ching, cha-ching, you know what I'm saying? Get your splash out. If you want to. Give it a try. Play some games. Install the app on your phone. Get to play today. See how easy it is. Get on with the new wave. The number 2 app in the store for a reason. Check it all out. Free Cash. Hit that QR code right there. Let's get on with the content. Essentially, what they're trying to do is double up the stalking charge because ultimately that's their game plan. They know that they're not going to get him on the murder for hire part because when they talk about the money part, it's not there. Nobody got paid a dime. When they talk about the music opportunity part, nobody got a goddamn recorded verse or a contract. None of the shit that was promised as a quote-unquote murder for hire even works. And I'm going to further prove that with what I'm about to do to y'all now. Because I remember, and shout out to my team for remembering this, got the best team in the world. I told y'all, bro, the feds in Illinois already said there is no charges for Lil Durk. Roll it. So this was done on 5/31/2025, right? And it says, defendant Dirk Banks replies in support of his application for review, reconsideration of detention order. And I just want to take y'all to the funnier part, right? When he was putting up his bill and it got denied because basically the judge was like, y'all only put up a little bit of money. Dirk, you sitting on $40 million and you only want to give me 4.5? Hell no. But let's pay attention to this and why the case in point of this video is made, okay? First, where's it at? We're going to break a couple of things because it came out yesterday about the flights and shit. So it says, Mr. Banks is neither a danger to the community nor a flight risk. It should be released on conditions, right? Then it says little to no weight should be placed on the unreliable allegations put forward in the government's papers. And looking at the objective record in this matter, the court will conclude that Mr. Banks should be released. He offers a robust bond package to mitigate against any concerns that the court may have about his release on bond. Here's where the gang/Chicago shit is literally going to be thrown out. Government's reliance on unsubstantiated allegations from the Chicago case is misplaced and does not square with the government's position in that case. So basically, the feds in California, like I told y'all, don't know what the hell they're talking about more than the feds in Illinois. The government repeatedly cites two allegations from a federal case out of Illinois where Mr. Banks has never been charged and will never be charged, despite the passage of over 3 years since the underlying incident. The government's own exhibit reveals that the allegations pertaining to Mr. Banks are based primarily on information from a cooperating human source, CHS1, described in an affidavit as a paid FBI informant and former gang member with a criminal history. Most importantly, the USA Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Illinois has confirmed that they do not plan to supersede the charges there to indict Mr. Banks in connection with the ongoing case in United States versus Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell. See exhibits. Well, we ain't gonna do all that shit. Status hearing. When asked by Judge Thomas M. Durkin whether the case would be superseded, the government affirmed that it would not be. The court should give it no weight to these uncharged and uncorroborated allegations. Let me read that again. The court should give no weight to these uncharged and uncorroborated allegations. If the AUSAs in Chicago, who have had over 3 years to evaluate the evidence, have determined not to charge Mr. Banks or even name him as a co-conspirator, like they have with two other individuals, the court should not rely on the same non-meritorious allegations to justify in whole or in part Mr. Banks' continued detention. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, ain't it? It talks about Banks' trip to Dubai consistent with his international travel history. As pretrial correctly found, Mr. Banks is not a flight risk. As part of his life and career as a recording artist, performer, and entertainer, Mr. Banks traveled extensively both domestically and internationally. Touring is an integral part of the job. Traveling to Dubai was not unusual or irregular for Mr. Banks. He has performed at concerts and recorded there. As a devout Muslim, traveling to the Middle East is also deeply important to Mr. Banks' faith. Mr. Banks was not flying to flee in this case. He was traveling to Dubai as he had done many times before as part of his professional and spiritual life. If he had been made aware of the criminal charges against him and had been provided the opportunity in this case, Mr. Banks would have done exactly what he did when he faced serious criminal charges in Fulton County, Georgia. One, voluntarily turn himself in with counsel, drop a song, entered a plea of not guilty, addressed the allegations in court, and if granted a bond like he was in Georgia, comply with the terms of that bond so that the court would hopefully allow him to continue to work and provide for his family, as Judge Farmer did on the Georgia case until Mr. Banks was ultimately cleared of all charges. Wait, Mr. Nash. You're telling me the shit you've been saying makes sense? Yes, that's the visionary code. It makes sense, don't it? What I'm trying to get y'all to understand is this. If Durk were to pay for a hit, that would go against every single thing about this case in particular that he's fighting. Because according to rumors, Stephon Mack killed D-Thing, which actually is not true at all. So since Stephon Mack's killers got rewarded and got paid, why the hell was these dudes around him for 3 years didn't get paid? Well, 2 years didn't get paid. Where's the logic in that? If I'm already paying people, literally giving cash out for hits, why ain't I doing this shit? Why do y'all think they started to have to include and say musical opportunities? But the music opportunity is these dudes sitting in the background? You think it wasn't backup dancers? It wasn't in there putting in the goddamn moves, you feel me? They wasn't in there hitting the goddamn Macarena. They wasn't doing none of that shit. They weren't. Told y'all, the damn fights, there was connector fights. And when they show, oh shit, when Lil Durk want to get up and go, he just gets up and go. Then it's kind of funnier because when you travel internationally like that at certain times in certain spaces and places, you have to goddamn plan this shit. The Fed's theory as to Lil Durk catching multiple fights was to trigger a warrant? Let's say that was true. Why wouldn't Lil Durk, just saying, since he got a lot of money, why wouldn't he try to get a flight to Dallas, a flight to LA, a flight to Seattle, a flight to Denver, and a flight to Chicago? If you really, really, really wanted to trigger this shit off, and then get another flight going to Germany, get another flight going to Australia, hell, get a flight going to Thailand. Why not? If that's what he was trying to do and to confuse and all of this shit and everything so he can run, wouldn't the best thing to do would be to have a shit ton of tickets and play Catch Me If You Can? The feds try to make people look like geniuses without ever giving the full plan of looking like a damn genius. They're going to lose this trial. The gang shit they're going to eventually drop. They're not going to go forward with that shit as far as them having a case. This all is about, and the Blackshear shooter, the fourth superseding indictment is all about the Blackshear shooting. That's what it is. Because they know they're not going to pursue the fucking RICO. The Vicar that they wanted was to include making it look like they don't give a shit. This is one of the worst Department of Justices as far as lawyers go. The damn Bill Esley is a Trump lawyer. Some of y'all be like, well, so what? Janine Shapiro is a Trump lawyer. She been over there taking more L's than somebody who don't know how to stop rolling their L's saying hello. She over there taking losses over there in Washington, D.C. She done lost a case where a dude threw a damn Subway sandwich at a freaking National Guard member and lost that case. They just lost a case where they try to lie and say, oh, this dude defaced federal property. He's facing 15 years. And then literally they had to drop it a month later because it turns out Donald Trump don't know how to build a goddamn swimming pool at all. This is the Department of Justice that we are dealing with. Bill is a election-appointed goddamn federal head fed over there. That's what he is. And he sucks. He couldn't even get the job application right. You say, oh, I'm the manager over here. And now you got to say, oh, I'm just a shift leader. They almost lost the case due to Trump's appointed damn lawyer, in case y'all didn't notice. Yeah, I'm finna go in. They're gonna lose this case as far as Lil Durk go. Now, everybody else in the case, y'all don't hear me saying these dudes is innocent or none of that shit. I'm not saying none of that. Because I believe the case that they have against them is pretty damn good. But as far as Lil Durk and all this shit, this ain't nothing but about the goddamn money. That's all it is. Don't believe me? How come in that damn filing, they said the judge asked these cats, you sat on this case for 3 years. Are you going to charge Lil Durk? No, we don't got enough to charge him. The person that took the information, he actually is a felon with a shit ton of bad shit that he's done. And him listening to the story, he didn't even tell the story right. That's why nobody got life sentences. See, it's really damn near a form of entrapment. It wasn't a professional CI. So the words that the guy had to use in order to get the information probably told a story like this. And this is just me just making it up off the fly because this is the only way that makes sense for you to even talk about some stupid ass shit like this. Even when I know I'm not a jailbird or a prison pal, I know you don't talk about your case with nobody. You just say, man, I'm innocent and we're going to see what happens. But he must have said, oh, yeah, I'm from up over here. My people is this people. My people is that people. Man, did you grow up around here? Oh, you guys catch right, man? Or this is how I grew up over here. You from here, I'm from here. All of this shit, and that's what it is. You got to gain trust. And the fact that he's a felon working as a damn CI, the fuck out of here, man. The Fed's down bad. And they trying to pull anything out the hat like a goddamn magician to see if they fall for it. Don't be surprised if you hear the judge rip into the feds, man. about this shit. It's not going to pass. And the goddamn phone that they're trying to introduce, you can tell this is a childlike goddamn operation. These feds over here are trash. They are. It's all right. They're weak as shit. This case is weak as hell. Now, they wanted to charge the other people involved. Cool. Add a Lil Durk because you had your first goddamn witness say, oh, yeah, they got paid at the In-N-Out. It turns out nobody got a damn dollar. They didn't even get condiments. Shows you how good In-N-Out Burger is. Let me get that sponsorship. But it's sad because I don't even eat red meat. But still, man, they've been lying to these idiots. And when the feds wisened up and got smarter and stopped being dummies, they started going, oh shit, we just got to make something stick. Durk shouldn't be going to trial. Expect for him to beat this. Signed off the hood lawyer. Click right here, though, to see how NBA YoungBoy crew can't stop fighting women, bruh. It's pretty goddamn despicable. Right there. Click that right there. Or click right here for the playlist, and I will catch you on the next one. Y'all come on back now, you hear?